It have been many things behind this whole process, man. So, ma'am, I really don't want to pay this rent. I don't want nothing to do with this property anymore. I can move out 2 days.
That's why they're evicting you.
All right, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good morning, sir. Are you Mr. Wiley?
Yes, ma'am.
Today we're in Austin, Texas for an eviction. A tenant hasn't paid rent in months and now owes more than $3,700. But the way he describes what's been happening inside this apartment will leave you questioning if it's the truth or just another excuse. Let me know what you think in the comments.
All right, Ms. Roberts, tell me why this eviction is being sought. What's the underlying cause?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a conventional failure to pay rent. The monthly rent is $999, no subsidies. There is an amendment to the petition. There was a payment made. So in May, there was a balance of $2,378.78. June, $999. July to date, $354.48, which is a total of $3,732.26 of rent only.
Okay. And how long has non-payment been ongoing?
Originally since April, but there was a payment made in May, so since May. A notice was given on May 14th and posted inside the door, and it's a 3-day notice.
All right. Is this a CARES property? I think you said
No.
no earlier. All right. And so he missed April's rent. But he paid in May. Did that bring him square, or was he still behind? Was the landlord?
There was still the balance of $23,78.78.
Okay. All right. And then since May, June and July got added onto that?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Good morning, Mr. Wiley. Thank you for joining us today.
How you doing?
Well, I don't love this docket, right? There are better things
Yes,
I enjoy
ma'am.
in court. This is not a fun one.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Roberts is the agent for Nationwide. She's here. She's given me some basic information. One thing she said is that this is just a non-payment case, so there's no allegation of bad acts or things going wrong in the apartment. It's just about finances. And she told me that under the lease, your monthly rent is $999. Is that amount correct, Mr. Wiley?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And she said the rent wasn't paid in April. It wasn't paid in May. There was a payment made in May, but it did not completely bring the balance to zero. And then rent wasn't paid in June or now July. Does that ring true, Mr. Wiley? Is that what you recall as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. She said that the outstanding balance, and again, this is just on basic rent alone, for that remainder from May and then for June and July is $3,732.26. That's the amount that they're seeking today. All right. With that information, sir, the landlord is showing us that there has been a breach of the contract, and that would entitle them to the eviction today. But can I give you any information? Are there any questions that I can answer to kind of tell you the timeline or what happens next? Anything at all?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yeah, she may say it wasn't, nothing behind it, but it have been many things behind this whole process, ma'am. First off, the new there are new management over here, new people in the office from the original guy who moved me in.
Mm-hmm.
He was more of a person that was really trying to do things around here, but these new people that they just hired, they have been running some type of they have not been running the correct procedures of how to run a property. Since they have gotten here, like things have just been so much worse. So, they said it was already bad before they got here. But I only moved here in February, so I only know as much as I've seen. But from the moment I moved in here, now there have been problems in this apartment. First off, with the sewage outside, every time it rains, as y'all know, the city have to come here to drain. I have kids, can't play outside, getting sick behind the water. That's the smell. It's coming through. You can smell it through the door. That was one problem. There is a family of raccoons living all in the walls that they know of. It fell. They're literally in an apartment at the bottom of mine, and one of them, I think two of them that they caught fell through the apartment at the bottom of me. It's right under my tub. That a raccoon fell in where they leasing in the bottom apartment under me. But once I've called the state on them about that, the raccoons, that's when a lot of things went. The relationship really went sour between me and this complex. But after that, I made the call. I have gotten into it with the lady who's running the office here during the day, not Talia, but the other lady who's in office. She's starting to have her man come here, fight me, all type of things, ma'am. All because the property have problems. I've been without air conditioning for 2 months now, ma'am. They literally just came to my apartment on July 2nd and fixed. They couldn't even fix it. It's still broke in my bedroom. So they put a unit inside the window, which have been causing a bunch of ants to come inside. Like, it's just been so much problems to ma'am. My problem is I understand that they want their money, but ma'am, I really don't want to pay this money. I want them to take the balance off and just get rid of, like, they could get rid of this whole contract because they've been breached it from the moment I moved in here, ma'am. I don't even know who runs this property because they're never here. They don't even come visit this property, ma'am. I don't even know who runs it. I called. They gave me a number to call. I emailed them. They still haven't got in touch with me. The people who run this property today, right now, they're not fit for this job. They're not supposed to be running a company because when a problem goes in any apartment around here, they get mad at the tenant when it's their job to fix it. So, ma'am, I really don't want to pay this rent. I don't want nothing to do with this property anymore. I can move out 2 days. I don't mind. I'll go sleep in a car or somewhere, ma'am. Like, I don't want to have nothing to do with this apartment complex no more. So
Well, Mr. Wiley, I hear the frustrations you're experiencing there, and it does sound like there's a better place to be had, right? Certainly something
yes,
that will
ma'am, it
fit
is.
your needs better. So the law is very specific, though, right? If you
Yes,
once you
ma'am.
fail to pay rent, the landlord doesn't have to do anything after that.
But,
That
ma'am,
Mr. Wiley,
one second. I just want
I
to
let
add.
you talk. You gotta let me respond to what you told me.
Yes, ma'am. I just want to add in I did try to pay rent after I cause maybe like after I paid the last payment I made. I told them I was so upset about the raccoons. I said, I'm gonna get me a lawyer, and I don't want to keep paying this, and they got a bunch of raccoons living in the wall. But I calmed down. I thought about it. Like a week later, I tried to make a payment. They refused it.
They can do
So
that.
I just wanted. Yes. I just wanted to put that out there. They refused it. They don't want to take no more payment.
I get it. The landlord doesn't have to behave in a way that seems reasonable or friendly or helpful to you because legally
Right.
they're not required to. I get that is frustrating. I absolutely do. But there's a difference between what would be helpful and what is legal. And they are behaving in the most basic of legal ways. And the law says that the minute you fail to pay rent on time, they don't have to accept it again. They can charge you every late fee in the lease. They can refuse to repair anything. Air conditioning isn't required to be fixed under Texas property law. In fact, the city of Austin is trying to pass a law for it, and we're probably going to be sued because the state of Texas says they can't do that. We have prisons that don't have air conditioning, and the state says that's not cruel and unusual. And if it's not cruel and unusual, they're never going to require it for residential properties. That's frustrating. I feel it. It's 100 degrees outside. But in this county office, I didn't have an air conditioner all of last year. It got to 88 degrees in my office every day, and I wear a 4-pound robe, and they told me, well, that's what happens. Frustrating. I get it, sir. I do.
Well,
also, if you ever have any experience where you need something repaired, before you stop paying rent, please reach out to a tenant's advisor. All of the resources that we put in the chat box, call them today. Don't hesitate. Wait and find out. You have the right to appeal this decision. You absolutely do. If you appeal the decision, you want to stay in the property, then there's some requirements about that. But those advisors can help you understand that. If you don't do anything, the landlord has to give you at least 5 more days before they can make you move. So you have at least 5 more days, and you start day 1 tomorrow, okay?
Right.
Now, again, The judgment that I'm going to give them today is just for rent. They're probably going to give you a final bill that includes a lot more money than that because they can include late fees or utilities or move out. All of those things can still be charged. But the eviction is just about very, very basic amount of rent. I say this to you, I say this to anyone on the call who's in court today, please reach out to legal aid counseling. It is free. They deal with this all the time. They can give you very specific advice about your facts, right? I have to give you kind of top level generic one size fits all information, but they can say, if this is what you've got, here may be the best options for you, and then help you decide among them. I mostly have to just say, yep, there's a map over there. They can actually help you figure out what route to take on it. All right?
Right.
All right. The judgment today is for what they say the balance is, which is 37, 32, and 26 cents. And then if you appeal it, you absolutely can. I have to put an appeal bond. I would twice the rent, so it would be $19.98. It doesn't mean you have to pay that. Again, if you don't have $19.98, and that's a lot of money, right? You may qualify for what's called an affidavit of inability, and you could still appeal the case without having to pay that amount of money. So all of those things, tell you a packet of information about it.
I would have to pay $19.98 before Fridays to stay in here?
I just said no. If you can't afford it, you fill out a form that says, I can't afford it, and we waive the bond.
But I'm saying, could I? $19.98 to stay in here?
No, that's to appeal the decision. Right now, you may be willing to give the landlord $4,000, and they might still not want to let you stay there.
Right.
Right? This is why I would say contact any of those legal aid resources in the chat box or that you can find online and ask them to help you negotiate with your landlord. It may be the landlord lets you pay all the money and then lets you stay. But legally, I can't require that, and legally, they don't have to. Legally, they can ask for all $3,700 and still make you move out.
Right.
All right? So just paying doesn't allow you to stay. But if you appeal and you follow the appeal process, you may be able to stay in the apartment until that next court case is heard.
All right.
All right.
And so how do appeals work? Like, what do appeals lead to most times? If you could educate me.
If you appeal the decision, you have 5 days. You file an appeal bond with us, or you say I can't afford it, and we waive it. You got to pay rent of one time, that $9.99 to the court, and then a different judge hears the case. That typically takes place within about 30 days. And until that hearing is held, you just stay in the apartment, and you can still keep trying to work things out with the landlord. If it doesn't work out, then that judge gives you a ruling. The judge finds in favor of the landlord. Then you get the same time period before the landlord can make you move out.
All right.
All right. Those are great questions. And we are going to send you information via email. That's why we get your email when you checked in, so we can get it to you faster. Otherwise, we'd mail it. You wouldn't get it for 3 or 4 days. And you've only got 5 days to appeal your case. So that starts tomorrow, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Judge, I'm trying to sue this property. So, however I got to do it, man.
All of those legal resources that I keep referring you to can absolutely advise you if you want to bring a lawsuit against the landlord. And they'll tell you how to do it, what to do it, and about what.
Ma'am. They deserve it. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Wiley, good luck to you, sir, to you and your family. Again, I absolutely understand the frustrations you're feeling.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We don't want to be living near no raccoons, man.
Nope.
They scratching under my tub. They trying to come. Yes, I'm getting sick in this apartment. But, ma'am, if I move out before these 5 days, how would that work out? Like, would it the balance just stand at 3,700 something, or would they add extra to it?
I don't know what your current outstanding balance is, but under the contract, anything that you owe, they could still charge you for. So if you owed utilities, or if they charged you cleaning fees or late fees, all of that could still be something they claim you owe them.
So if I moved out to my kids today, they still gonna charge me for all this other stuff?
Potentially.
That's crazy. Why? If I turn my kids today, it should stop today, right?
The landlord will argue that they can't rent the apartment tomorrow. They've got to come in, they got to clean it, they got to turn the utilities off, and therefore they get to charge you up until the day that they actually find someone to move in.
Oh, no, man. They can't do that.
That's why they're evicting you. They want to hurry up and get this done so they can move you out and find someone else to move in.
It's gonna be a while before somebody move in. Now I ain't even in an updated apartment now. This still a classic. This one of the older models.
Yeah.
So they gonna have to update this apartment before they can even move somebody, and they can't keep charging me for all this.
One would assume, but I don't know. I see people live in very strange situations, sir. I'd say this: you absolutely have 5 days to appeal this decision. And in that 5 days, contact any and all of legal aid providers that are free. That can give you very specific advice about what to do with this case. And if you want to sue the landlord about how to do that, all right? Don't wait. Yeah, though.
Judge, I need you on my case when I take them up. I love your
unfortunately, as the
personality.
judge, I am a neutral party to things. But Mr. Wiley, I wish you very, very good luck, sir. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, all parties to that matter are excused. Good luck to everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming, Mr. Wiley. Good luck to you, sir.
Oh, no problem. Yes, ma'am.
If you're involved in a dispute with another party such as this and you just can't seem to work it out, don't resort to taking the law into your own hands.
We'll hear the litigants reach. All right, thank you very much. Officer Burrell's waiting for you, and that will bring this case to a conclusion.